Are my comments being censored? I'm not a child. I do not belong at the child
kids table.
No! I am an adult. Alright, here's a fun one. Here's a silly one. Am I the a-hole for leaving a family gathering because my family made me sit at the kids' table? For context, I have seen my full family together. I haven't seen them, sorry. My full family together in quite some time. So they set up a get-together at a park today. Wait, so was the get-together for you? Put a pin in that. The family gathering includes me, 22 male, my brother, 21, my sister, 25, her husband, 29, and their 2 kids, my dad, stepmom, and her kids, 6 and 9, aunt, uncle, and my 2 cousins, 15 and 20. And how old is he? 22. Okay. 15 and 20, and my grandma and grandpa. I get there with some picnic items. I brought a quiche and the cups, and see a few members. Hey, what's up? We're doing an Am I the A-hole? I get there and see a few members setting up. I say hi and help set up the tables and set out the food. We talk and play games. And where am I? They talk, they play games, they're chopping it up while the others show up. When everyone gets there, we sit down to eat. I sit next to my dad and get a weird look from my aunt as she says to me, "This is the adults' table." To which I reply, I'm an adult. Like, I'm a full, how old is he again? I'm a full 22-year-old male, auntie. What are you talking about? I'm an adult, you know? And she says, get this. She says that first and second generation are considered... That's so stupid. Hold on. We're doing this by generation? That's so stupid. Okay, hold on. She says that first and second generation are considered the adults, while third and fourth generations just sit at the kids' table since we don't have much to contribute to the conversation. So get this. So let me. All right, 22-year-old male. He hasn't seen his family in a while. He goes to the family picnic. He's chopping it up. He has a seat, and his aunt comes over and says, "Why are you sitting here? Why are you sitting here?" And this is the adults table. And he's like, I'm an adult. And she's like, no, only the first and second generation. So that means your grandma and your aunts and mom, we're the adults. Our kids and y'all's kids are not adults. So third and fourth generation, no matter how old they are, they're not adults. All right, let's keep going. Anyway. Oh, and not only that, but we don't consider y'all adults because you don't have much to contribute to the conversation. Mind you, this man just let us know that he's got a 25-year-old sister, a 29-year-old brother-in-law, a 21-year-old brother, a 15-year-old cousin, a 20-year-old cousin. Like, what are the adult conversations we can't contribute to? Even the 15-year-old at that point. Like, be so serious. First of all, I'm mad. Anyway, let's keep going. I tell her that I can drink. I love that that's his first. I am an adult, actually, because I can get wasted. Thank you. Valid. I can drink, that I drove here, that I pay rent and have a job, period. So how am I still considered a child? She says that until I have kids of my own, I'll have to sit at the kids' table. Hold on, because we're moving the goalposts. You said third and fourth generation weren't adults because they couldn't contribute to the adult conversation. Now he's not an adult because he doesn't have children. Which is it, Aunt Martha? Which is it? Don't piss me off. Which is it? Is he an adult because he's is he not an adult because he's in the third generation? Or is he not an adult because he doesn't have children? What are you even saying? According to my aunt, there are 8 children, ages 6 to 22, and 8 adults. This is so stupid. And 8 adults, ages 25 to 75. Well, what are you after 75? You gotta go back to the kids, the baby. What's the... Don't worry about it. So I should just sit at the kids' table since it'll be even. Does she hate you? Is there beef? Is there beef? So it'll be even. But there's plenty of space at the adult table, and I don't want to be stuck with 5 literal children. Pause. One of them's literally 15. All right? Calm down. And also, that means your 21-year-old brother will be at the table, too. So calm down. Y'all will be together. Like, whatever. This is stupid. Y'all can talk about how stupid it is. Also, I never had children's tables at events. Do y'all have children's tables? Like, I've been somewhere where there were maybe enough kids that that there are kids and adults, but we just sit, everyone sits together, parent, kid, cousin, grandma, kid, person, old lady next door, another kid, a kid sitting next to a kid they never even met, a kid sitting next to an adult they never met. I don't really understand the need for a children's table. Put them at the table. They can't contribute to the adult conversation. Talk to them. Teach them things. Have conversations. What are you are y'all talking about ass? Are we talking about booty at the family picnic? Is that what's happening? Is that the reason that we can't be adults together? Because we're talking about booty? I'm sorry. I didn't know. Anyway, so according to my aunt, like he said, according to his aunt, he's not an adult, right? She still disagrees, and at this point, my uncle and grandparents back her up. They said, sit your baby down. We don't want you here. And this is so funny to me. They hate you, bro. It's not even about your age. They just genuinely said that's the children's table and Kyle. That's the children's table and Kyle. That's children and Kyle's table. So she still disagrees. Uncle and grandpa backing her up. So he takes his quiche back. Yes, take your quiche. Tell them to have a nice day. Y'all didn't see that. Tell them to have a nice day. Hello? Oh, and drives away. While he's driving, he's getting texts from his dad. They're like, please come back. The quiche was fire, wasn't it? Mm-hmm. That's how you know he's a good cook. That quiche was good, because they didn't want him there, but they want that quiche. That's why he has to come back. So I asked if Aunt was going to apologize, and they said, for what? And that was enough for me. Disregard the other messages and calls, so I got home, where I am now. He said, I'm going home. I'm not doing this. Screw you, Aunt Martha. I feel bad now. No, honey, don't feel that bad. Now, the only reason I would say you did too much is because what about your other brother? And again, the 15-year-old is also at a table with children under 10, and they are in a different... I don't understand the stupid children's table, period. But if it's like, oh, I have no one to talk to, those are also your cousins. No, those are your nieces and nephews. I'm sorry, those aren't even your cousins. But either way, you should, I don't like that they separated you on some bogusness, but at the same time, be a cousin, be an uncle, be with the kids. And also, again, the 15-year-old is 15. They can have real big deal conversations with you. Be her uncle. Like, don't do that. So for that reason, I'll say you're doing a little too much. But honestly, no, I'm going to have to catch my nieces and nephews on the flip side because y'all are playing in my face. Like, that's why I would say you're not the a-hole. Because they truly are playing in your face. But I will say that storming out and leaving your 21-year-old brother, your 15-year-old cousin, not to mention the other little cousins, just like, well, guess our table sucks, by themselves. I don't love it, but maybe just go have a cool cousin, nephew, uncle, niece, uncle hangout another day. And maybe, because my issue is that you're like, I gotta sit with little 6-year-olds. I don't understand why the whole family isn't sitting together. So I'm already like, stop segregating the children. That's why I don't know anything. I would say not the a-hole though, because she truly played in your face. She said, you're not grown because you're in the wrong generation. And then she said, okay, well, you're not grown because you don't have children. And then they said, we just hate you, okay, Kyle? Give us the quiche, please. Shout out to you, Kyle. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Am I the a-hole? Is he the a-hole? Am I not seeing their point of view? Good enough. Thank you for the likes. Definitely not the a-hole. Okay, yeah. Like, they changed the rules on Buddy twice. No. And if it came to the point, and let me say this. When it came to the point that he would rather leave than do this weird table seating, if you truly cared about your family event, you would have just gave in. You would have just gave in. I just don't understand the kids' table. Put them at the table. I think that's a weird, strong belief of mine. That I don't really like seeing children left out of family events in that way, because I think it stunts their growth a little bit. Because, yeah, there is a time for y'all to chop it up as adults and maybe be even more adulty in what you talk about, whether it's gardening or sex or you know, I don't know, financial turmoil, things that might traumatize children. That's fine. But you don't have to do that during family dinner. Family dinner should be family dinner, and that means we should all be sitting together, and the kids should be a part of the, that's the other thing. That's the other part where she's played in his face, because you guys don't really have anything to contribute to the conversation because you're so young. First of all, screw you. As I did say earlier, I am an educator, a former teacher, so screw her for that real bad. Honestly, you don't have anything to contribute, girl. But second of all, that's a grown man, Martha. Me, I am over 18. I'm over 18. I can join the military. I am over 21. I can drink. He has a car, a job, and an apartment, or whatever he has. Pays his own rent, and he's not an adult. Get out of my face. Get the fuck out of here. This works. Okay, so before you got in here, I did read one Am I the A-hole? Because Reddit is just so funny. And I was talking about how it's so funny to me because the range of Am I the A-hole questions go from, am I the A-hole? I set my husband on fire and I refused to take him to the doctor because I was sleepy. Am I the A-hole? And then and then it'll be straight up like, am I the a-hole? My wife set me on fire and I cried and now she's upset with me. Am I the a-hole?
Oh my god. Yeah, Reddit is unhinged.
Y'all have no sense of self. But the one I just read, it was like, am I the a-hole for leaving because my family sat me at the children's table? And basically in a nutshell, this is a 22-year-old man. And he came to a picnic that they were having, and they were like, you can sit at the kids' table. And he was like, what? I'm not a kid. And they were like, the first and second generations are the adults, and third and fourth generation are kids. And he was like,
what the hell?
What? I'm 22. I have a car, I have a job, I have an apartment. Like, what are you talking about? And they're like, well, you don't have kids, so you have to sit with the kids. And it's like, what? So he left and he took his quiche and he went home. And honestly, not the asshole.
Yeah, no, it would probably be more fun to sit with the kids at that point.
Yeah, so that was my only thing. I was like, my only issue is that you're like really ragging on how awful. So you're like, I don't want to sit with these kids. I'm like, I mean, they're your family too, though. Like, also one of the kids was only 15, and I'm like, calm down. Like, they're 15. What? Oh yeah, because yeah, and they were like, well, because you're too young to have anything to contribute to the conversation. What the fuck? Like,
I feel like my conversations with younger people are typically better than older people, so I don't know.
That part. And also, it's like, why would you not let the kids in on family conversation? What are y'all talking about, dildos? Like, what can they not contribute? Like, I don't understand.
Yeah, that's rough.
Like, I was like, they just hate you, bro. Like, I don't think this has anything to do with...
They do just hate you, unfortunately.
And then,
but even if you hate, you like, pass the turkey and give me a feed, damn.
Can I eat here, please? Jesus. Okay. So, I have some other ones I pulled up. Because I watched yours. Shout out to Lie Lac. You guys should... Shout out to you right here. But y'all should... But y'all should follow her and watch her podcast, Here for the Chaos, because it's funny as hell.
Why, thank you.
Yeah. So, wait, what? Am I the a-hole for wanting to dump my partner of 4 years for calling my culture gross and akin to slavery.
Oh. Oh, I mean, I guess I would need to know the culture.
Yeah. We're both 24. And...
Ew. I mean, never... Oh.
You're both the assholes. Move along. No. We're both 24. Hello? Okay, now let's see what these 24-year-olds are going on about. So, we're both 24, and he's white and I'm black. And Michael Jackson loves you for that. No, I'm just... Okay. Wait, and he called your culture a slave? Oh, here we go. All right.
Wait, so she's calling...
No,
his culture...
She's the black one. Oh, bitch.
That's why I thought she was calling him a slave. You want her?
No.
Okay,
he said this is literally slavery to the black lady. What the fuck happened? Okay, where I'm from, some cuisines are eaten by hand. Okay, so you're like from Africa. Shut up. Don't quote that. Please don't. Oh, sorry. I swear I'm not stupid. Anyway, this does not mean we roll in the mud first then eat. Of course, we keep everything clean from cooking and wash our hands before eating. Okay, so you're already so defensive that I know he said some bullshit. Cool, let's go. I love culture, all of them. If there are some practices that are harmful, then I don't support it. But I don't believe eating with your hands is unhygienic. It's not. People literally wash your hands. We do it with some Western foods and don't bat an eye. And if a chef made a cuisine that needs to be eaten by hand, then we don't say anything. I've seen him eat burgers and pizza with...
Right, have you never had a sandwich?
Right? Has he never touched a sandwich? Like, he's always like, oh, my taco, let me perfectly fold it in this foil wrap and... like, he's never... This man has never touched a food in his life, guys. It's unhygienic, and he said...
You taking a knife and a fork to your Doritos Locos taco? Mm-hmm. Like, what's happening? He's
very proper. It's us, clearly. So... I didn't argue. We were on a call this morning and it came up in conversation. Why? How did it even come up? I don't remember how it started. I'll tell you how it started. You were minding your goddamn business. Probably eating a fucking apple. And he was like, yeah, I bet you eat everything with your hands, you fucking animal. Like, that's what I mean. Fuck this guy. Anyway, he was going on a tangent about how white people did slavery. What? And how does that? What's that have to do with our food? Wait, pause. Sidebar. When I was teaching, there was this white girl in my class. She was chill though. She was cool. But she said Miss Green is when bussin' really started being a bigger slang term. And she was like, but it's racist to say bussin'. And I'm like, how? And she said, because I learned from the internet that bussin' comes from when slaves were eaten and the grapes would be in the food would be hot and it would be busting in their mouths, so it's insensitive. And I was like,
oh, you know what? I heard of like podcast host who was white. She was like, you know, you're not supposed to say picnic because picnics are racist. Apparently, like picnics, they used to like slaves and have a picnic and take body parts home with them.
So that's not untrue, but I don't... So here's the question. How do I word this and not sound ridiculous? Are we saying that picnics didn't start until lynchings? You know what I'm saying?
I think that's what she was saying.
I know that we had picnics... I wasn't there. And I would have been on the wrong side of the picnic, obviously. But I know that there were picnics and activity like that at lynchings, but I guess I never, like, and it's weird. There's a whole thing called lynching postcards, actually. There's a lady on here you should follow, Dr. Terry and Scott, and she wrote this really great book, and it's about the lynching. Literally, people would be like, I saw a man hang today. I hope the baby's well, and send that crap to their brother on a postcard. Like, and there'd be pictures of it, like, on it. Like, so fun. That's what I did today. So she's not wrong. I just don't know if that's where picnics originated, because, like, it's just eating food outside. I feel like we've been doing that forever, you know? Like,
I didn't know this was a whole event.
Yeah,
I thought we could wait until after to have a snack.
No, girl, no, seriously, lynchings were like whole like family events. Like they would literally just be out there like, what are you doing today? Going downtown to see a lynching. And not even exclusive, mostly though, not minimizing it at all, mostly people, but not exclusive to that. If you're gonna go lynch a criminal down the street, again, people rolled up like, yeah, pass the butter. And it's like, are y'all good? Like, what kind of, I feel like that's, the propensity for violence in human culture is just scary. Because it's like,
yeah.
Even if, and while most of the cases it's not valid, because the whole thing about lynching and lynch mobs and why lynching is illegal is because it's devoid of justice. But even if it was valid and this was a criminal who you knew did the things they said he did, why am I eating popcorn while this man dies in front of me? Like, that's weird.
Yeah.
And then you're subjecting your children to it? And we wonder
so maybe TV and phones aren't that bad.
Right? Maybe
because this is what we do without them.
We didn't do it. Like, right? Like, people are like, oh my God, everything's so bad now. I was like, we're trash. Humans are trash. Like, I don't know if you know this. But actually, sidebar, not only because the lynching thing is not funny at all, those are gross, but the thing that is funny to me is when the Civil War started. So I learned this in history class in college. Before the Civil War, warfare was like different. It was all very like esteemed, and you know, your big fancy suits and your and everything was like very orderly, and people like followed rules together, which sounds crazy to me now from my point. I'm like, it's a war, ain't no rules. Anyway, but so you know, very orderly. So when the Civil War started, these dumb butt Americans were like, Civil War, I don't know what that is, that sounds fun. And they would go out with food and like drums and be like, we're gonna watch a war. And then they were watching them like they were like really thought it was a show. And then when they started getting bullets fly past their head, they're like, oh, this shit is real. And like we're literally running from a battlefield with their snacks and their babies in tow. And I was like, is this a joke?
Okay, so now knowing that, I don't want to hear shit about eating food with your hands.
Right?
Because y'all was eating while killing people.
Right, y'all were eating while killing people, but her culture eats with their hands, isn't it? Just like, first of all, how do we get back to slavery? Hold on, I still don't understand what that has to do with her food. But let's go back to this idiot. Anyway, so, but I asked, we're on call this morning. I don't remember how it started, but I asked, what's wrong with eating with your hands? And he said it's gross and weird. And I didn't argue because he said that before, and I just hung up after he insulted me, as you should. Before I hung up, he was going on a tangent about how white people did slavery, which is bad, okay, and asked if it's okay for him to do slavery, comparing me eating with my hands to slavery.
No.
Is the math in the room with us?
Right. How did we get to this conclusion?
So hold on. I gotta get there.
Hold on. Yeah. All right. My name's Chad. And I want to be clear. Like, I'm not every white guy because like there's lots of cool white guys. I'm just not one of them. All right. So anyway, I do not like that you eat with your hands. I think it's fucking gross. And the grossest thing that I've ever heard that white people ever did was slavery. So you keep telling me that you eat with your hands because it's culture. Well then, I guess I should just bring out the Confederate flag then. I guess we should just both be proud of our grossest culture moments.
I think that's where we are. In his head. Yes, there are a couple in this scenario.
So he's saying, like, if you're going to eat like a slave, might as well be one kind of thing?
See, I don't know. Either, yes, that's an outlook, or he's saying that that's really bad, and I think he's literally comparing. He's saying, well, you keep saying that's your culture like it makes it right, but slavery is not okay, so why is eating with your hands okay? Like, he thinks they're the same.
Oh, no.
Like,
settle down, white chocolate.
Like,
you're going too close to the sun.
What the fuck? He's stupid. Like, he is racist by definition, but I think this is less of a
malicious.
Yeah, malicious problem, and he's an idiot. and also
Yeah,
culturally
he's
just
ignorant.
insensitive. But he's stupid because he's like, yeah, that's really bad. Like he thinks that's what I can see it. I'm not gonna list atrocities by different cultures. That sounds cancelable. Never mind. But like, there are things you could have related, and eating with your hands and slavery just don't even. I can't pull the thread from the other one. Like, I don't. What are you doing? So yeah.
I mean, Middle Eastern people eat with their hands.
Right.
Too. Like, there's a mukbanger that eats with her hands, and she makes food delicious as hell.
Right?
If you wanna
Like,
do it.
it's lots of cultures do it, but again, he's saying just because your culture does it doesn't make it okay. Because was slavery okay?
Oh dear. I know. I think I just got a new hemorrhoid from that. Sorry, guys, but it's true. Don't some Asian cultures also eat with their? I feel like more
Lots of
cultures eat with their
cultures
hands and don't.
hands. Yes, he's just crazy. And so wait, what else did she say? Call me petty, but I genuinely dumped someone for saying so. Yes, as you should. And I'm extremely offended. Good. We live in a country that's racially segregated as well due to its extensive history, and I can't help but feel him saying this makes it worse. I'm absolutely seething with rage, and I'm upset. I don't even want to think of it right now. Am I the a-hole for wanting to end a 4-year relationship? Absolutely not, girl. What the
No. My ex was white, and he would say something like, Black people only have one hair type. And I know because I've studied Black history more than you. He would be like, I know more about Black history as a white person than you do as a Black person. I was like, hello?
Sir, what? And also, the history of what? What's that? Those aren't even... Unless you're studying
No,
the
he would
history
be
of
like, I'd be like,
J. Walker, what's that to do with my hair texture? But also, like... What?
no, I told him, I was like, they don't just have one hair type. And then he's like, well, I know about this thing that happened in 1967 that you didn't know about, so I'm more of an ally.
He's like a fact. He's like, well, so because I'm wrong, I'm just gonna spit out a fact that has nothing to do with it because I know things. It's like, girl, what?
Yeah.
That's what he said. I don't like that you eat with your hands, so slavery is bad. Girl, what?
Don't touch my with your hand. You get a knife and fork.
Tongs.
Tongs. Also, 4 years. That means he has to have been saying stupid shit for 4 years.
Right, like 4 years of. Like, I don't. What are you talking about? And yeah, for him to come at her like this about how she eats. You've been dating for 4 years. If it bothers you that much, how have you been doing this? Like, what are you even? What? What's up, y'all? Welcome to, I guess, the editing room. I'm editing this on my MacBook, which it took. You have no idea how many confusing things I had to do to even get to this process, but I'm glad that it's mostly working. I'm still used to video editing, and I only have iMovie, so it's a little limiting. So, but I still hope that you're enjoying this little segment. I'm trying to do more stuff like this in general. I really like talking, I guess. But yeah, thanks for hanging out with us and watching this video, and I hope to have more coming soon. Follow Lie Lac.
Tamara's bright. My twins big like Tia Tamara.
And follow me, and let's talk. All right. Also, it kind of, like I said, it stops abruptly because we did a very long live, and I'm just kind of trying to get something out of it. But I'm pretty sure we all agree she is not the a-hole. Hope she dumped him.
Damn it! Okay, does TikTok let you save your lives? Because I need clips from this.
Hey yo, you ever notice how scared we are of our emotions? Being humans, a condition controlling. I'm just trying to shine bright in the sky, but the devil working overtime, cause I'm just trying to clear my head, but my thoughts just keep getting louder.